The mysterious fate of Pontius Pilate. What happened after Judea? Pontius Pilate served as the Roman prefect of Judea from approximately 26 to 36 CE. His most famous action was presiding over the trial of Jesus of Nazareth, ultimately authorizing his crucifixion. What's particularly interesting is how Pilate essentially disappears from reliable historical records after leaving his post in Judea. The recall to Rome. What we know with reasonable historical certainty is that Pilate was recalled to Rome after an incident involving Samaritans. According to the Jewish historian Josephus in his work, Antiquities of the Jews, Pilate brutally suppressed a Samaritan gathering at Mount Gerizim. The Samaritans complained to Vitellius, the governor of Syria, Pilate's superior, who ordered Pilate to return to Rome to answer for his actions before Emperor Tiberius. The fascinating historical twist is that by the time Pilate reached Rome, Emperor Tiberius had died, and Caligula had become emperor. This transition of power created a historical, blind spot, regarding what happened to Pilate next, as many administrative decisions were in flux during the changeover. After this point, we encounter competing narratives about Pilate's fate. The Eusebius account. The early church historian Eusebius, 4th century, claimed in his Ecclesiastical History that Pilate fell into such misfortune under Caligula that he was forced to become his own executioner, committing suicide. Eusebius cites earlier Greek historians whose works haven't survived. The Acts of Pilate legend. This apocryphal text, likely from the 4th century, suggests Pilate converted to Christianity and was martyred, becoming a saint in the Ethiopian and Coptic churches. The Mors Pilati, Death of Pilate legend. This medieval legend claims Pilate's body was thrown into the Tiber River, causing storms and floods, then moved to Vienne in Gaul, modern France, then to a lake in the Swiss Alps, sometimes called Pilate's Lake. In 1961, archaeologists discovered the Pilate Stone in Caesarea Maritima, a Roman city in Judea, confirming Pilate's historical role as prefect. However, no archaeological evidence directly illuminates his fate after returning to Rome. From a purely historical perspective, the most likely scenario is that Pilate was recalled to Rome as administrative punishment. Either faced trial under Caligula or had his case dismissed during the transition. Likely lost his position and status. Possibly was forced into exile or committed suicide, as was common for disgraced Roman officials. The later Christian traditions about Pilate's conversion or redemption likely reflect theological attempts to reconcile his complex role in the crucifixion narrative rather than historical fact. Legacy and cultural impact. Pilate's disappearance from history allowed his character to be molded according to different traditions. In Eastern Orthodox traditions, he's sometimes portrayed sympathetically. In Ethiopian Christianity, he became a saint. In Western Christianity, he's often portrayed as weak and morally compromised. In medieval European folklore, his ghost was said to haunt various locations. This ambiguity about his fate has made Pilate a compelling figure in historical fiction, art, and theological discussion for centuries. The mysterious ending to Pilate's story reminds us of how historical figures can vanish from the record, leaving space for legend and interpretation to fill the void. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video.